Today is Thursday, October the 2nd, 2025. My name is Thom. Welcome to your AmCon Daily Brief. On today's show, let's talk about families on the move, because when things get loud or chaotic, how you move together may make all the difference. First things first, here's the latest info from your ASAT team in today's Daily Sit Rep.
This is your AmCon Daily Sit Rep for October the 2nd, 2025. Up first today, the National Counterterrorism Center, or NCTC, is supporting U.S. law enforcement by sharing an unclassified intelligence product aimed at deterring attacks by al-Qaeda. This recent measure helped identify and remove a U.S.-based al-Qaeda terrorist who had entered the country under the guise of an asylum claim via the CBP One app. The NCTC continues to work with various agencies to monitor and counter threats from al-Qaeda, urging the public to stay vigilant and report suspicious activities. Turning now to the risks associated with smart home devices, an issue affecting households nationwide. While these devices offer convenience, they can also become silent gateways for cyber intrusions that jeopardize family privacy and security. Experts recommend securing devices by changing default passwords, enabling two-factor authentication, keeping an inventory, and establishing family protocols for regular updates and cautious use. In other news, America's power grid is nearing its breaking point. The increasing demands from AI data centers, electric vehicles, and other technologies, coupled with aging infrastructure and policy gridlock, are placing unprecedented strain on the grid. Without swift action to modernize and manage loads effectively, experts warn the U.S. risks facing energy fragility that could impact millions. Next, the importance of family emergency preparedness cannot be overstated. Only 44% of families have detailed plans to face disasters, despite risks that can arise without warning. Preparing evacuation routes, communication strategies, and survival skills can significantly enhance a family's resilience in crisis situations and enable them to support their communities. Lastly, a significant increase in protests and civil unrest is expected in many areas from October 3rd through 5th. Events are scheduled across the country, including major cities like Seattle, Los Angeles, Chicago, and New York City. Those attending public gatherings should remain aware of their surroundings, know their exits, and report suspicious activities to authorities when safe. Now for today's weather summary. Thunderstorms and heavy rainfall are expected along the southeast Atlantic coast over the next several days, with isolated flash flooding possible. Cool and unsettled weather continues across the Great Basin, Pacific Northwest, and Northern Rockies. Meanwhile, unseasonably hot weather will persist through the weekend across much of the plains and Midwest, with record-challenging temperatures likely. Additionally, a strong geomagnetic storm is underway today, which may impact space weather conditions. Looking ahead, the AmCon events calendar highlights the Southeast Region Adventure Challenge, taking place October 3rd through 5th at Trace State Park in Tupelo, Mississippi. Members in the Northeast and South can also prepare for upcoming adventure challenges in Hookstown, Pennsylvania, on October 10th through 12th, and in Milburn, Oklahoma, November 7th through 9th, respectively. Members can access the American Contingency Members Only site to get the full report and more in-depth analysis of today's stories, along with practical preparedness tips, training opportunities, and resources to help you, your family, and your neighborhood stay crisis ready.
You have probably noticed this yourself. In a crowded place, one small distraction can scatter a family. A kid runs ahead, one person lags behind, and suddenly you're not together anymore. Now, imagine that same moment layered with stress, alarms, shouting, or even worse. That's when a family without a plan turns into a group of individuals trying to improvise. Preparedness here isn't about fear. It's about making sure your people know how to move as one, even under stress. Here's how I think about it. A family without a plan in a public space is like a band trying to play without a conductor. Everybody's got talent, but it's chaos. Preparedness is what gives you rhythm. Start simple. Have a rally point. If you're at the mall, maybe it's the big fountain. At church, maybe it's the back parking lot. Pick something obvious and talk about it ahead of time. If you get separated, you know where you can link up. And hey, if you've already got a family rally point, I'll get it out in a minute. I'd love to hear what works for you. Drop a note in the comments, and who knows, your trick might give somebody else a great idea. All right, next, build in accountability. When you walk into a place, quietly assign, you keep eyes on the youngest, I'll take the lead. That way, when things get noisy or confusing, everyone knows their role. It doesn't have to be militaristic, it's just leadership. Communication helps too. Look, some families use a simple code word that means drop what you're doing and follow me. It cuts through the noise, crowds, even fear. If you've tried that, let me know. Drop us a comment. I'm curious how different families make that work. And here's the bigger point. Practicing this doesn't just prepare you for a crisis, it makes everyday life smoother. Navigating airports, crowded events, or even just a busy fairground is calmer when your family knows how to move together. Preparedness isn't always about emergencies. Sometimes it's just about making life less stressful. So here's your challenge. I want you to pick one public place you visit regularly and set a family rally point there. Try it this week, even if it's just at the grocery store. The practice will build confidence fast. When we get together tomorrow, I'll share 5 everyday habits that make life safer and calmer. Small changes that stack up into a lifestyle of awareness. Thanks for listening to today's AmCon Daily Brief. Members can dive into more resources on the members-only website or on your phone app. Not a member yet? Visit AmericanContingency.com to join the network. And don't forget, share this episode with a friend, family, or neighbor who needs to hear it. I'm Thom Rigsby. Stay alert, stay ready, and I'll talk to you tomorrow.